I was like made for this. I have been spending my entire life preparing for this kind of stress. Okay, before we get started, this video comes with a trigger warning. And also, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm just a person who has gone through a lot in life and kind of made my way out of a hole. So I hope that this video helps. If you have any other tips and tricks, leave them in the comments below. I will be sure to reference them in the future for myself, and hopefully other people can use this to help themselves as well. But if you feel like you need professional help, please get it. I have used it over my lifetime, currently in a place where I feel pretty good, but I always do a mental health check on myself to make sure that I'm still in a good place. I have taken medication in my lifetime, but for me personally, the way it affected me, I always felt like my body was up here and my mind was here, and there was just a little bit of a disconnect, and I wanted something different. So I sought out different things for myself. So here is a list of 10 things that I hope helps you kind of manage stress. I know especially right now, there is so much unknown, uncertainty, stress and anxiety in the world that I hope just changing maybe a few things in your life can help you manage that a little bit better. So now you're sitting there and you're probably wondering, okay, so you're not a therapist, not a doctor, why are you qualified to talk about stress again? And I totally understand that. And my answer for that is just, I'm a person who's gone through a lot of stress. When I was 6 years old, my father died of a massive heart attack, and I didn't realize how unhealthy, even at 6 years old, I was processing through that until I was an adult and wanted to feel differently about the way I just felt on a day-to-day basis. So that was kind of the biggest thing, but that totally changed the entire course of my life. So that's why I feel like maybe I can help somebody just by letting you know when I was kind of in the hardest, darkest part of my life, kind of realizing all the things, all the ways that I felt, the big emotions, finally working through the death of my father, what I did to kind of help myself overcome that. One of the biggest things that I feel like can help lower stress, drinking water. And remember when you were pregnant and you might call for some random thing. You've got aches, pains, headaches, all the things. What did they say? How much water have you drank? Almost to the point that you were like frustrated because you knew that they were just gonna tell you to drink more water, right? So this one I really love. You can find it on Amazon. I'll put a link below, but it kind of lets you know, okay, you need to be drinking this much by 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and it goes all the way through. Then you refill it and it gets you to 7 o'clock. So hopefully by 7, you'll be able to pee it out. That's so strange to say on camera, but you'll be able to let it go before you get into bed and you're not up all night long. If water is just too much water for you, you can grab packets like this on Amazon. This is the True Orange. They also have True Lemon. You cannot put essential oils into this one because it is not glass or stainless steel. It's just plastic, and the essential oils, the citrus ones, will eat through that. So I don't put my oils in here, but I will put my True Orange or my True Lemon. The lemon one doesn't have sugar. The orange has a little touch. The next tip, and don't shoot the messenger here, but lay off the drive-thrus, because when you go through and grab something quick and easy and greasy and processed, like, it might be a quick instant gratification, but what happens after that? You then start feeling like, oh, bloated, gross, gassy, all the different things, and you promise that you're not going to do that next time, right? And then you do it next time a lot of times, especially when you're in that stress cycle. But being able to break away from that and think about how it's going to make you feel before you eat it will hopefully get you a little bit more healthy decisions for eating. I know for myself, when I am eating well, my mental state is so much better than when I am eating super processed and unhealthy foods. Number 3 is get out and dance. For me, when I am really stressed, exercise is the hardest thing for me to do. I just can't do it. But I can put on a good song and get my body moving. I might make up a new dance move. I might embarrass the ever-loving heck out of myself. But I promise, if you get moving, you're gonna start feeling better. Your body's gonna start releasing endorphins. You're gonna get your heart rate up a little bit. You might even laugh a little bit if you're doing some fun dances with your kids. So that is my next tip. Go with it, you know, like... No stress less list, say that 5 times fast, would be complete without talking about essential oils. My favorite for kind of helping my stress is Stress Away, peace and calming, valor, and frankincense. Those 4 together or separately can do some magical things for me and my mood and my stress level. And I will just put them on my wrist, behind my ears, and then I feel like I am covered and ready to continue the day. Checking in with friends is really important right now because we're not able to kind of do what we normally do, which is go out to dinner with somebody, go grab a drink, give them a hug. Like, we can't even hug people right now. So being able to just have that communication, whether it's through FaceTime or Zoom or even just a text message, to reach out to somebody, see how they're doing, let them know how you're doing, send them a funny meme. It will take their mind off of their stress for, even if it's a second, it can be a mood booster for them. So I've had so many people reach out to me just to say, hey, I hope you're doing well. I miss your face. You know, I hope the kids are doing good. That has meant so much to me, and it in turn has made me do it for other people, to just constantly reach out. And I feel that when you're taking care of others, while you cannot pour from an empty cup, it definitely can help brighten your mood, just to let somebody know that you're thinking of them, because they're going to be super appreciative of that. And then if we continue that cycle, just imagine how much more we can be lifted up. There's a saying, rising tide raises all ships, and I love that. It flows in so many areas of life, whether that's in a business or in your personal life. Checking in with people and letting people know if you need to be checked in on too can be very helpful for your stress levels. The next thing is to mean clean. Now, that is taking your aggression out on something that is really gross and dirty, but make sure that you take it before and an after picture so you can get that instant gratification of seeing that you did that. You go, girl. But for real, just being able to organize a space in your life. Don't start with like your big garage or closet or something like that. Start small, because if you start with something big, a lot of times it gets worse before it gets better, and you're going to end up feeling more overwhelmed by starting a bigger project. So start with something like one drawer, whether it's your clothes drawer, the kitchen drawer, not even the junk drawer, because that is like super overwhelming, right? Something like your utensils. Go through them, make them look pretty, wipe it out, make sure you're taking them before and after, and it's like instant gratification. You're going to love the result, and it's going to boost your mood. Also, filling your mind with more positive thoughts is just a good practice to lower stress in everyday life. There is going to be stress, probably every single day, but it's how you respond to that is going to be what kind of sets the tone for the rest of your day. The next thing is a gratitude list. Sit down, write all the blessings that you have in your life currently. And it might be hard to start that, because if you're in a place of frustration and stress, it might feel like you don't have a lot to be thankful for. I have been there. But start writing, listen to some music that you love while you're doing this, and hopefully it will start to just pour out of you. Try to make a list of like 3 things every single day. This might seem like a given, but if you shower or take a bath and get dressed and put some makeup on, or if you're not into makeup, just skip that part. But if you get ready for the day, it's going to put your best foot forward. I know that it is so easy to just go from your daytime pajamas to your nighttime pajamas, but really putting on pants, I'm not even saying jeans, like they can be stretchy pants or workout clothes, just something other than your big, frumpy, baggy sleepwear can make you have a better day. It's like when they did a study before that people worked from home, when they actually got up and got dressed, they were so much more productive than if they stayed in their pajamas all day. If you can, get outside and soak up some sun. Now, I will say, when we go on bike rides, that's not the most less stress that I've ever felt. I spend more time yelling, you know, look out for the car, stop in the mailbox, all the things. So that's not really stressless. Like, that's stressful to take the kids on a bike ride, right? But when we go on a walk, that is a lot better. I'm getting some exercise, they're getting out. So I don't do the bike ride when I'm feeling overly stressed, but we will certainly get out and walk and get some fresh air, and that is good for everyone. And maybe it will help them sleep a little bit better that night. This might be the most important tip that I have, and that's for people who are really in a state currently of panic and overwhelm and stress. And that is, think about what is the worst that could happen. And then ask yourself if that's ever happened. Chances are it hasn't. I know for me, when I was going through a time in my life that I was having my blood sugar drop, my biggest fear was that I was going to just die. I was gonna just pass out, my kids were gonna be with me, and I was just gonna die, and someone was gonna steal my kids. And I know that that seems really extreme, but hello, panic attack if you've ever had one. So then I had to think about, has this ever really happened? Nope, I'm still here. So once you quiet the fear of, has the worst ever happened? No. Okay, so then we're gonna move on from there, and we're gonna focus not on how you feel, because you can literally feel yourself into a panic attack, right? Like if you've ever had one, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, oh no, what if I have a panic attack? Oh no, I think I'm having a panic attack, and it just spirals out of control. But if you focus on other things, touch your fingers, how does that feel? Touch your shirt, how does that feel? Touch your leg, like all the different sensations versus internally how you feel, and then start using your muscles, okay? Tighten your hands, 5 seconds, then totally release it. Move on to a different body part. Tighten your arm, 5 seconds, let it go. This is even helpful, like if you're driving. For me, a lot of times when I was driving, when I was younger, I would have panic attacks. And so I would just like go through my motions. And within a couple of minutes, I have worked through that panic attack and been able to move on to something else. I hope that there was at least one thing that you can take from this video that has helped you. If you watched the whole thing, thank you so much. If you have any other tips or suggestions or ways that you have managed stress in your life, please leave a comment below. I want to read all about it, and I'm sure that everybody watching this video would appreciate the help as well. If you need a new friend, check me out on Instagram. I'm at Meg Garrison. I would love to connect with you. It is a big passion in my life to be there for people and to kind of help women work through some of the stress that they are feeling, because I know how it feels when it gets out of control, and I know how good it feels to be on the other side of that. So I hope this has helped. If you like this video, hit subscribe. There will be more like it coming in the future.